Like, how'd you characterize the round today?
Yeah, it was solid. I felt like I was in pretty good control of the golf ball and um, gave myself plenty of good looks. And I think there's like a handful of holes out here where you're pretty happy with par, and on those holes, I kind of just made sure I was playing to the fat of the green, and when I had my chances, I tried to take advantage. So, yeah, I felt pretty good. I mean, I made a bad swing on 15, but yeah, besides that, a lot of great shots and was solid.
I feel like this is a continuation from last week. It just rolled it into Houston from Valspar.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that there was like some confidence gained from last week, and but I feel like I'm working on the right things, and um, I'm trying to not be so caught up in the results. So I'm just trying to control what I can control, and I've done a pretty good job of that over the last week and a half, and I'll try and do that the rest of the week.
Are you working with anybody right now on your swing?
Yeah, so I worked with I had a couple lessons with a guy in Charlotte, Mark Wood, and that was before Bay Hill. I've been on the road for 4 weeks since then, though, so I had a couple lessons, got some things looked at, and I work on the mental side with a guy named John Sherman, who has kind of wrote some books on the mental side of things, and we kind of connected last summer, and yeah, we just kind of talked through things, and the way he's lays things out kind of resonated with me, last summer, and I was in a not great place back then, and kind of working towards a more positive frame of mind, and working on the right things mentally. So that's been very positive, and so yeah, that's been going well.
How much do you allow yourself at all to look ahead 6 months for President's Cup, or you try to have to suppress that a little bit?
I mean, it feels like on a daily basis I talk about it with somebody, mainly in media. So it's hard not to have it come to the front of your mind, but I mean, it's so far away. There's so much golf between that now and then, and yeah, I would love to give my left arm to be on that team, but worrying about it right now is not going to do me any good. So just need to kind of day by day kind of take it slow, and I'm just trying to get a little better every day, and hopefully in a few months I'll put me on that team.
Does it help the mental side a little bit more too when you were able to kind of carry last week's performance into this week and not have any fall off?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's nice coming off a great week and playing again right after that. And I think there are times when you almost have like planned weeks off. Like if I wasn't playing here and you have a great week and you go home, and sometimes you can kind of fizzle off a little bit, like that form and whatnot. So I feel like coming straight here off of that week, was able to kind of build on what I did in Tampa.
What are your thoughts on the presentation of the golf course? A lot of the players are raving about just the conditioning.
Yeah, it's immaculate. I've played every edition of this tournament that was in the fall, and when I came here, I was speechless. I was like, I didn't recognize the place. It was just a complete makeover, and just around the greens and the way they had manicured the rough, and I was blown away. I mean, it's perfect. It's really, really good, and I think the word will get around, and that guys will want to come here prior to the Masters if this is staying in this spot in the schedule. I think guys will see this and kind of be like, this is a good place to come and prep for Augusta. So yeah, super impressed so far, and yeah, hopefully we'll put a few more good rounds together.
Scotty told me Wednesday he almost felt like he had to relearn the golf course. How much was that the case with you this week also?
Yeah, there were some spots last couple years where you would put in your book that this is a complete X, like this was jail, and now you're kind of going around some of those spots and being like, I can play from here. I can actually hit a chip from down here, and the grass is really nice and consistent. And even the rough, playing some of these greens, you kind of have a bit of control coming out of that rough. So yeah, it is a bit of an adjustment. I mean, it's still a hard golf course with a lot of long shots, but there are some opportunities now to be a bit more aggressive than maybe we could have been in the past.
What's one example maybe of a technique or a thought that John Sherman has kind of helped implement with you and that's helped you?
You know, to be quite honest, like I don't think it's really a lot of new stuff. It's more just reinforcing what I did know, but like getting back to that stuff. And I think a lot of it is like, you know, I'm pretty hard on myself, so you know, and it could be over something I had no control over. Like if it, you know, like last week in Tampa, during that final round, I had some really bad breaks and some bunkers. Mad about that, but I didn't control, you know, that happening, right? I hit a bad shot, but I got penalized for it, and to waste more energy on it, being upset and frustrated, was going to do me no good. So it's stuff like that, right, where I'm trying to put my energy in the right places, stay pretty even-keeled out there, and, yeah, just control what I can control, because obviously there's a lot of things in an outdoor game like this that you can't control, and but there are a number of things I can control, which is like kind of my main focus right now is, you know, control those things and let the results be what they be. So I think it's more or less reinforcing some good habits.
And it's been, you know, Bay Hill players being in contention with Valspar, that's like a high, you know, energy 3 weeks. Was there any thought of like taking this week off, or were you pretty fresh to keep?
Yeah, I was pretty set on coming here. I like this golf course and had pretty good results here in the past, so I just felt like this was a part of my schedule. Actually, Valspar was a late addition at the Players. I added that kind of late, so this one was always on the schedule, and I just kind of, I like the test. I like what it asks of you, and obviously I came here not knowing what it would be like this year with the overseed, but yeah, it's incredible and a much different golf course than we've played in the past.
Was adding Valspar part of a late push to try to get in the Masters? Or?
Yeah, and I also felt like if I didn't play Valspar and I didn't get into Augusta, I wasn't going to play for 3 out of 4 weeks, and I just felt like I wanted to add a start there. So, yeah, one extra chance for Augusta, and obviously just kind of filled in a little bit of a gap there.
Awesome.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, guys.